Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that wanted to supercharge their creativity. They were already working in the music industry, but wanted to almost go beyond their comfort zone to tap into a level of creativity, a level of intuitive resourcefulness beyond what they normally consistently activate. They were able to activate incredible resources because they'd put the time into study and learn and think about the kind of music they wanted to create. But the purpose of this was to deliberately go outside the comfort zone by creating challenging parameters so that it did two key things. One, force a dynamic where additional resources were necessary to meet the demands of the challenge. But secondly, to make perfectionism impossible. Because of the nature of the training at altitude analogy, perfection was not possible at all. So therefore, the goal wasn't to do anything perfect. It was simply to do something creative, to do something artistic. And while this was creative for someone in the music industry, I feel like anyone has the capacity to be creative. In the world of hypnotherapy, I think there is an opportunity for more hypnotherapists to be creative. And I think in design, if you look at a company like Apple, they had a completely different idea of design and engineering that was creatively led that completely changed the mobile phone industry. So I think innovation and creativity has a huge application in any industry. So I don't want you thinking, if you're listening to this, that I'm not an artist, I'm not in the creative industries, therefore this isn't relevant. Because it might be that whatever your industry is or whatever your hobby is, there is a lot more opportunity to be creative by deliberately going beyond your comfort zone, and that's where the magic happens. If you're listening to this and you feel like you could benefit by tapping more into the resources that are there within you, and you're looking for the key to a lock that may have been lost, there will be a link in the show notes to schedule a free consultation call with me. But in the meantime, you might be surprised at how beneficial this hypnosis session could be, even though it was created for someone else. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to relax. And notice that with your eyes closed, you're able to give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. As you breathe in, start to scan your body for any feelings of stress or tension. And maybe it's in a place that you wouldn't expect. We tend to look for tension around the neck and the shoulders, the jaw or the eyelids. But I want you to scan your body for tension in those places that you wouldn't normally expect. Maybe there's tension in a finger or a toe. Maybe your leg is in a position where it could be move to become more relaxed. I want you to imagine that there are muscles in your body that you forget are even muscles. Your heart is a muscle. Your tongue. Tiny muscles in your calf, in your feet. And I wonder, as you breathe in and breathe out, what would happen if you just allowed your body to release all unnecessary tension. And the clues of releasing tension, particularly that's been there for a while, is you feel a sense of relief as you release that tension. Maybe you're holding a micro expression there in your forehead and you can just release that. As you release tension in your jaw, your whole head feels lighter. I want you to imagine perhaps an animal from your childhood, maybe a pet or the pet of a family member. Just imagine that animal yawning. And as you see that animal yawn, allow it to trigger the mirror neurons in your mind to feel a desire to imagine yawning. And as you yawn, you can release any feelings of stress and tension, because that's the biological function of a yawn. Resetting your body to release anything that isn't needed. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine a picturesque mountain range. And I want you to see a younger version of you riding a cycle high up in that mountain range. I want you to see that mind-body connection. That after a while, your legs were pedaling without you even realizing that your legs were moving. Your heart was beating without you making it beat. You would breathe deeper and more intensely if you were going up a gradient and ease off as you were going down a hill. But you didn't have to tell your lungs to work harder or less harder. You didn't have to tell your heart to beat faster or slower. You didn't have to consciously decide to pedal faster or slow down. Your unconscious intuition knew how to cycle and would make the necessary adaptations proportionate to your environment. And I want you to see yourself on a stretch there on that mountain range where you're getting higher and higher, where the air is getting thinner. And as you see yourself accessing a higher altitude, you notice that you're breathing faster and deeper. Because there's less oxygen in the air, your heart, your lungs has to work harder to get the same level of oxygen that you could get doing the same effort at a lower altitude. But I want you to accept that by training your body at this higher altitude, your brain, your body has to find efficiencies, shortcuts that your body adapts. I want you to see that version of you cycling to the peak of a mountain, as high as you can go. And then I want you to imagine there is some kind of panoramic lookout. See yourself parking the bike and walking around looking at this incredible views, the vista of this incredible scenery. And at that point, I want you to step into that version of you. That although the air is thin, because you're no longer pedaling and cycling, you can feel relaxed and refreshed. Feel a sense of tranquility and peace here on this mountain range, looking out at this incredible scenery. I want you to imagine somewhere nearby is a chair. Maybe it could be a couch or a lounger, kind of chair that really shouldn't be there on the side of a mountain. But imagine stepping into that chair, sitting down, feeling the weight of your body really relax and sink into that chair. As you open up your mind to the idea that when you do things outside of the comfort zone, it increases your confidence and competence at all those things inside the comfort zone. That when you do things outside of the comfort zone itself expands in all directions. How can you possibly feel stressed at doing something inside your comfort zone when you've successfully managed to do something outside of the comfort zone? As you imagine sinking into a deep state of relaxation on that chair, on that mountain, with that incredible view of the scenery, imagine closing your eyes and thinking about being in a place of creativity for you. But I want you to imagine what would happen if you created parameters to create a more challenging environment. What if the parameter was a time restriction? What if the parameter was a limitation on the tools that you had access to? What if a parameter was random variables that you couldn't predict? And what if you had to do it all live in front of an audience? I want you to imagine something that represents a timer. That could be a stopwatch, a sand timer, some kind of alarm or ticking clock. I want you to imagine you're in an environment where you have everything that you would need to take on a challenge. Training at altitude creatively. Being outside your comfort zone artistically. And I want you to imagine that the countdown timer has started. The challenge is on. And I want you to feel a sense of excitement. The fact that it's a challenge makes you feel more resourceful. Imagine unlocking that playful, creative part that you've experienced many times in your life. Because the interesting thing is that when you're dealing with a difficult challenge, you can only win. There are no expectations on what you do in that challenge. So if you surprise yourself by creating something wonderful, then you win. And even if you don't create something wonderful, by diligently, courageously, actively volunteering to be outside of your comfort zone, you will activate new neural pathways, unlock new inspiration, open your mind to new possibilities. So either you win or you learn. Either you create something special or you lay the foundations, the building blocks of creating wonderful things in the future. Imagine tapping into these incredible resources and getting a sense of random things that you're about to create something special with. And as your mind is focused on creating that thing, I want a different part of your mind to be open to powerful, positive suggestions that can unlock the infinite resources that are already within you. Your mind can pick the suggestions that are useful and discard anything that isn't. They say that neural networks that fire together wire together. So by doing things that are random, unique, unpredictable, creates that powerful collision of different ideas, genres, ways of thinking. And if that's not originality, when you're taking something that's done before and fusing it into something brand new, then allow your mind to create a new definition of innovation, creativity, and originality for you that you feel aligns with what it really means for you to be an artist. Feel like your mind is unlocking its ability and desire to think of new ways of creating art. As you explore new musical territories, you effortlessly tap into a limitless well of creativity. That your mind itself is a wellspring of inspiration, flowing with unique melodies, harmonies, and rhythms. That stepping outside of your comfort zone opens doors to innovative and groundbreaking musical expressions. That each moment outside your comfort zone is an opportunity for creative growth and self-discovery. You already know that your creative energy expands with every breath, enabling you to compose and create music that resonates deeply with others. And when you embrace the unknown, it awakens your artistic genius, leading to extraordinary musical breakthroughs. Your curiosity and open-mindedness fuel your ability to create fresh and original compositions. Feel like you're letting go of any self-doubt and embrace the freedom to experiment with new sounds, new styles, new ways of thinking and doing things. And accept the idea that the more you challenge yourself, the more your musical ideas flourish, expanding the boundaries of what is possible. And that intuition, your instincts, guide you, allowing you to effortlessly channel your emotions and experiences into your music. Your intuition will access long forgotten memories, experiences, inspirations and ideas, and provide them to you as the ingredients for new musical recipes. Your willingness to take risks fuels your creativity and brings your musical visions to life. And by doing new, original things, you become more unique and even more authentic, resonating deeply with your audience on a profound level. And by doing something so challenging and knowing that doing things in that way means you can't possibly be perfect, any old fears of judgment or criticism no longer hold you back, giving you the freedom to fully express your creative vision. And maybe you choose to explore unfamiliar musical genres and techniques. And in doing so, you will uncover hidden gems that inspire your own original compositions. And accessing that state of flow, when it hits you, you will find it easier and easier to access that state of flow. And when you do access that creative flow, you are unstoppable, effortlessly generating fresh ideas and arranging them into captivating musical pieces. But this isn't playing a game. It's important to take on these challenges with authenticity and vulnerability. And as you embrace your vulnerability, your music becomes a raw and honest reflection of your inner world. And that your commitment to growth and exploration transforms obstacles into opportunities. And feel what it would feel like to manifest unexpected opportunities by voluntarily doing something challenging and unique, something far outside your comfort zone. With each new musical creation, don't be surprised if you surprise yourself with your own creative brilliance, constantly evolving and expanding your artistic repertoire. And as you look at whatever your timer is, the sand timer, the stopwatch, the ticking clock, I want you to get a sense that you're pleasantly surprised at whatever you've created in this time. Either you've created something valuable, or you've laid the foundation for new skills, new connections, new ingredients to inspiration that will lead to magical, wonderful things. And then imagine that it's time to wake up from that dream, there on that chair, that couch, that sofa, on a mountainside. Imagine walking up, looking out over the incredible scenery, and feeling that from high up you can see more of the world. And creatively, by voluntarily going outside of your comfort zone, your horizons are becoming wider. Your opportunities are becoming bigger. The world truly is your oyster. Feel like you're climbing back on that bike, but this time you're going down the mountain. And in doing so, feel that effortless energy, the flow. You can make incredible progress effortlessly going down because you did the hard work before. Musically, all of that training, studying, you've done the hard work. Now is the time to effortlessly glide down the mountain, building on the foundations that are already laid, relying on your creativity, your intuition, your instincts in your mind to create magic while you see it unfolding. Feel like you've got to the bottom of this mountain range, time to relax and feel like you've been on a journey to expand your mind, expand your beliefs, expand your possibilities. And you're looking forward to voluntarily doing difficult things to surprise yourself with latent resources that were just waiting to be unlocked. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Feel like you're returning to the present as you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, fully integrating in this present moment. As very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, with a desire to break new ground and to create wonderful things. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.